While cutting out your template pieces for your rainbow, a few things. I pin my template in, and I've shown you here, I've gotten some template paper if you want to go that route, or I just actually cut out the paper that was on the pattern, taped this one together since it was a bit longer, and pinned it. I like to use a ruler to put along the edge while I'm cutting this, which works fine with the straight edges, but when you come to the arches, clearly you don't have a ruler for that. So I hold a smaller plastic ruler and just slide it along the edge of the template while I'm cutting. And it looks a little wobbly here since I'm recording this, but it's pretty smooth actually if you go slowly and just move together, and it keeps that edge here so that you don't slip your rotary cutter onto the template and cut your fabric where you don't accidentally mean to. So I hope that helps. I'm excited to see your rainbows. Okay, for this pattern, you've got a lot of curves and a lot of arches, which is totally fine. We do not need to worry about it. So in order to get our sides to line up when we sew, what I do is fold my piece in half. So let's say here's the crust piece, here's the pie piece. I'm gonna fold it in half and crease it really well with my finger. And then I like the pie piece to fold the other way so they can fit together nicely. So fold it in half, crease it, and then you place them how they're going to be when they're sewn together, and then flip the pie piece on top. So it's like so. And then I'm going to take a pin and pin it right in the center. Then you go to each side and you're gonna match the sides so that they lay flat, totally flat, and pin that. And then we're gonna go to the other side, do the same thing. Get those to lie totally flat and pin that. And then I like to put some pins in the middle. So you'll kind of pull it, get them to line up, and put a pin there. One might fall out, okay. We'll go to the other center between these two. Pull it tight, get them to line up, and place a pin. Now, when you go to your sewing machine, when you get to your pin, you'll pull it out. Will probably move this pin down a little bit just so that I don't have to pull it out right away. And you'll just sew along. And as you go, just pull your fabric tight. And when you're done, take it out, and they should all be lining up just right. So the other two pieces I just sewed together, and yes, they line up beautifully. And this last piece I just want to show, because it's so small, it can feel tricky, but you really just do the same thing. So I've folded these two pieces in half, pinned it in the center, and you just have to be a little more aggressive with pinning and pulling your fabric here. So again, you're just gonna line up exactly on the edge there. I'm gonna place a pin. Okay. And then we go to the other side and just pull it all the way over and line it up. And just pull it a little bit. Okay. And place a pin. And yes, I am still, well, we'll see. No, I don't think I'm gonna place a pin here. I can just pull it as I'm sewing and it should be good. So there you go. Okay, you can see here that I've placed my two pieces together, and as close as they are together, there's still little gaps. So I'm just going to do a little bit of trimming here. Not a lot, because the more you trim, the more it gets into those arches and they don't match up as well. So just the tiniest bit. But I'm gonna flip these over together so that you can see that I pushed all the seams on this side up and all the seams on this side down. Pretty good, not great there. Anyhow, that way when you are pinning these together, the seams will nest, which means, let me show you here. Let's look at this peach color, for example. It makes this beautiful little flower where you can tell to pin it together right there because both the flaps go in opposite directions. It'll lay nice and flat and they're touching. So you'll just go along and make sure that all of the seams are nesting like that. And so on and so forth. In fact, maybe I'll pin it first and see what we're dealing with here. Maybe I won't need to trim it. Okay, I pinned the seams together. They all match really well, and I didn't do any trimming. So, yay. All right, I'm gonna sew it together and we'll see how this looks. Okay, this is it together, and I am not thrilled about that right there, but it looks like everything else matches up, so it might just be a little bit off there, and I'll just have to be okay with that. So, on this side, I'm going to press the seams open with my iron. First, I'll finger press it and then press it with my iron. And then I will add the legs to the umbrella. Not the umbrella, the rainbow. All right, I thought I would share a photo of my finished mini rainbow. And you can see that it worked out really well. I really love it. So I'm excited to see the colors that you choose and how this process goes for you. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. I am happy to answer, and if anyone else sees a question or comment and wants to answer, feel free to do the same. So good luck and happy creating and quilting.